My name's Ryan and I'm 33 now. But the story I'm about to tell you happened when I was just 18. Old enough to vote. Technically an adult, but still naive enough to believe that family meant safety. That your family wouldn't turn on you for a laugh. That you could be the quiet one and still be seen. I was wrong. Growing up, I was the extra sibling, not the baby. That was my sister Kelsey. Not the golden child. That was my older brother, Adam. I was just there. The default helper. The one who stayed quiet so my parents could manage the louder ones. I did chores without being asked, covered for Kelsey when she snuck out, helped Adam with his car payments when he blew his summer job money. My parents praised me with a pat on the back and "we don't have to worry about Ryan." I guess that meant they didn't have to think about me either. The road trip was my dad's idea. Some last summer together before everyone moves on kind of thing. A loop through the Midwest, visiting national parks, and staying at motels that smelled like old AC units and disappointment. I didn't argue. I even offered to help plan it. I built the itinerary, mapped the route, printed backup directions in case Dad's GPS failed. But when we left, Adam sat in the front seat. Kelsey picked the music. I rode in the back next to a cooler that leaked all over my bag. Typical. The joke started somewhere in Nebraska. We'd stopped at a gas station, middle of nowhere, dusty town with one blinking light, and a diner that looked like it hadn't updated the menu since the 60s. I went inside to grab water and some snacks. When I came back out, the van was gone. At first, I thought they were just moving it. Or maybe Dad had parked around back. I walked the lot twice, then 3 times. The gas station clerk looked at me funny. "You lose your ride?" she asked, cracking gum between every word. I mumbled, checking my phone. No messages. 15 minutes passed. Then 30. I tried calling. No answer. Eventually, Adam picked up snickering before hanging up. That was when it sank in. They'd done this on purpose. A prank, or what they would call a prank. Another call. This time it was Kelsey. "Let's see if you can find your way back, Melon," she laughed. "Maybe you'll finally grow a personality." They thought it was funny. Character building. My mom later said it was a bonding moment for the rest of us. I sat on the curb outside that gas station for 3 hours before the clerk finally came out and offered me a bottle of orange soda. "You okay, hon?" she asked. I wasn't. But I nodded anyway. They didn't come back. Not that day or the next. When I finally got a ride into the next town with a trucker named Hank, whose silence was more comforting than any of my family's laughter, I used what little cash I had to buy a bus ticket. I didn't go home. I went to a friend's place 3 states away. Slept on his couch. Took a dishwashing job. Told him it was temporary. It wasn't. My phone buzzed non-stop the first week, then less. Then not at all. When I finally checked voicemail, there was a message from Mom, "It's been 3 days. Enough already. Come back and stop being dramatic." Dramatic. That was the word they always used when I tried to speak up. When I said it hurt to be the afterthought. When I said it felt like I didn't matter unless they needed a ride or a favor. I didn't call them back. I didn't answer the messages. And after a while, they stopped trying. I got a job, then a second one, moved into a studio, went back to school quietly online. Built something for myself, piece by piece. No credit cards in Dad's name. No loans co-signed by Mom. No social media, just distance. Peace. Years passed. I met people who saw me not for what I could do for them but for who I was. I stopped apologizing for existing and eventually I stopped looking back, until last month. I was working late, still do tech support, freelance now, better hours, and my phone buzzed with a number I didn't recognize. Then another, then a flood, one after the other. When I checked, it wasn't just unknown numbers. It was them. Mom, Adam, Kelsey, even Dad. Texts, missed calls, voicemails, a total of 107. And then came the message that froze me in place: "Ryan, we need to talk. It's about Grandma." But it wasn't about Grandma. Not really. That was just the excuse. Because when they finally found me, it wasn't grief in their eyes. It was desperation. I didn't respond. Not right away. I sat in the dark with my phone screen glowing against my palm, scrolling through the messages. Some were short, just, "Call me." Others were more emotional. My mom's were peppered with guilt-wrapped phrases like, "We didn't know you felt that way," and, "It was never meant to go that far." Kelsey sent a selfie of her and some kid with the caption, "Your niece wants to meet you," like that would erase everything. Adam's was the most direct: "You ghosted your whole family over a joke. Grow up." A joke. 15 years of silence over a joke. But when I dug deeper, I learned the truth. Grandma had passed 3 months earlier. They didn't tell me then. No, the 107 calls started after the reading of the will, where I was named sole inheritor of her house and savings. Suddenly, I wasn't the invisible one anymore. I was the legal owner of something they wanted. What they didn't know. The house wasn't all Grandma left me. Among her things, I found a black notebook addressed to me, filled with decades of quiet investments, stocks, real estate, even early stakes in small startups. The house wasn't just property. It was the key to an entire portfolio. And now, I had a choice: give in, or finally take my place. When they came to the house, smiling, pretending, acting like we could just move on, I didn't budge. I told them the truth. Grandma made her choice. And so did I. When they threatened me, I didn't flinch. When they begged, I didn't bend. I closed the door, locked it, and sat in Grandma's chair, notebook in hand, knowing for the first time in my life, I wasn't the forgotten one anymore.